The following broadcast is brought to you by Public House Media.
Hello! Welcome to Choose to Rise, housed here on Public House Media. I'm so glad that you're here to give a listen. My podcasts are audio pulled from my live Facebook post every single morning, where I share other healthy living tips, motivational information, and connect with people from all over to live their life as a very best self. If you like these messages, I hope you tell a friend about Public House Media and my podcast so we can spread more positivity around the world. Thanks for listening. On with the show. Morning. How are you today? I hope you're having a fabulous day. My name is Kim Meyer. I'm the founder here of Choose to Rise and ChooseToRiseUp.com, and I hope that you are having a fantastic day. Wherever you are listening to this, here on the live video or on the podcast, I hope that you are having a blessed day. And if not, I hope you're listening to this so that you can have a blessed day. So today I'm going to talk about positive things to have a positive life. If you want positive in your life, if you want happy things in your life, you have to do happy things. You have to be a positive person. You have to practice positive things to get to there. So just a few tips, a few things to do, a few things to try, a few things to start incorporating into your life today. One of them is grounding yourself. You know, as adults, to be kind of grounded is kind of fun. I know there's a lot of like Pinterest quotes or things that go around Facebook that are like, I'm throwing a temper tantrum, send me to the beach for 6 weeks, or, you know, I wouldn't, you know, like something like that. So like grounding yourself really is about clearing your head. A lot of reasons why we put kids in timeout is we want them to calm down. We want them to collect themselves. We want them to think about what's going on and make a change in their life. And so when we ground ourselves, what we're trying to do is, you know, relax, let go of what's going on around us, clear your head, clear your mind. You know, one way to really do that is there's a lot of statistics that say by like physically taking off your socks and shoes and putting your feet in the grass, in the dirt, getting the nature between your toes is a great way to ground you into the universe, ground you into where you are, and just gives you a calming effect. So, you know, there's the stereotypical like working 9 to 5, getting all hyped up, and then, you know, don't be ashamed to just sit in your car after you're done. Don't be ashamed to just sit and be quiet for a while, or come home and just relax in a peaceful place. Drive by a park on your way home and just sit and be for a few minutes, and then get up and go on the rest of your day. But grounding yourself into peace and quiet is a great way to bring positivity into your life. Settling in and just letting go of the negativity will help release you into the positive world. The second thing we can talk about is that having a positive effect on you is eating better. This tip is something that I struggle with the most. I think I am really good at getting active. I am really good at, you know, listening and getting into some personal development kinds of things. Eating is the clean eating. I practice this regularly. However, it is an area that I struggle with the most in all of the healthy living tips and tricks and everything else. So, but when I do eat well, that's when I feel the best. And so, you know, this tip, whether you're a picky vegetarian, where you really don't like fruits and vegetables, if you're not a meat eater, if you are not whatever, like, but eating clean, eating the food that God gave you, that's what makes people feel good. That's what our bodies were intended to be fueled from. That's what our bodies were intended to get energy from. And so I know that my own energy level rises and my brain fog clears and my body just functions and feels better when I am eating a good diet, eating not a man-made diet, eating a God-made diet. And when I can feel good, I'm a more positive person that way. And when there's a lot of people talk about being hangry, you know, like when you're hungry and angry because you're not having a food, that happens. And when you are eating better, you're consciously aware of what you're consuming. You're, you know, eating things that are God-made, whole foods, whole fruits and vegetables, whole meats, nothing really overly processed, you're going to feel good, and that only just in turn makes you a more positive person. Surrounding yourself with nature, one of the 3 ways to really connect with God is to get outside and be in His in his creation. Get outside and breathe the fresh air. Get outside and feel the dirt and grass between your toes. Get outside and just enjoy the sunshine. Get outside and just be. Whether you're taking a hike through the woods, you're just walking through the park, you are, just laying in your backyard on the grass, whatever it may be, get outside and just experience how awesome this planet really is. Get outside, feel the breeze in your face, the birds singing, just be in nature and enjoy it. Great way to have positivity in your life. Another thing to do is just spend less money. This is kind of a weird concept for a lot of people to be thinking about being a positive person. Spending less actually does give you a little more positivity. When you spend less, you have got less stress about stuff that's cluttering up your life. You don't have to worry about your bank account. You don't have to worry about how much you're going to be able to give and that kind of thing. And if you're spending less, it means you're saving money, and that makes everybody feel happy to know that they have a little bit of a nest egg sitting aside, or that you just have something in the bank account. It brings some security with it, and that always brings some positivity to it. The next thing is listening to music. I know that one of the ways that I worship best is music. And all kinds of music will help bring positivity to your life. I would argue a little bit that the lyrics have something to do with it. But listening to music in any sort of instrumental or whatever kind of way is something that if you enjoy the music, it's going to help you instantly have a mood booster, for sure. So like classic rock, if it's Christian music, if it's classical music, if it's country music, if it's whatever you love listening to, crank it up in the car on your way home, or sit in peace and quiet on the way home, whatever it may be. But as long as you're getting into music, it just brings up your energy level when you can listen to music and go that way. I wouldn't choose a sad song ballad, but if maybe that's what is your vibe, go for it. Next thing is speak kind words. Speak kind words to yourself. When you put kindness into the universe, kindness will come back to you. So if you're speaking nice about yourself, if you're speaking nice about other people, the more you focus on the negativity and the things in your life that you're not loving, the more things you're going to manifest that way, and they will come back to you. So do a complete 180 and start thinking about the positive things and the opportunities that you have versus the negatives and the things that are working against you. Obviously, we're all going to have negative moments. But if you can change the ratio of more positives and less negatives in your life, you're going to be on the road to happiness. You're going to be on the road to positivity. And the last thing I'm going to talk about is moving more. If when I think about when I started this health and wellness journey a couple of years ago, I was in not a happy place. I was in a dark place. I was not happy with the skin I was in. I was not happy. I was definitely not saying positive and nice words to myself, especially in the mirror or getting ready in the morning. I just was kind of in a stuck spot. And, through doing some of these things that I've listed out today, and getting into some personal development and, moving more is really what's got things going for me. By getting active, by exercising, by pushing play and doing hard things, hard exercise moves, hard workouts, when you can get through something hard like that, it means that you have endurance, and it gives you endurance in fitness, but it also gives you endurance in life. And so by getting active and getting moving, whether it's going for a run, whether it's going for a brisk walk, something that's going to get your heart rate elevated. Like earlier we talked about getting out in nature and going for a walk in the park, but if that's not going to get your heart rate going, that's not the kind of thing I'm talking about. Like, we need to get our heart rate up in the zone. We need to get sweat flowing. We need to get all the endorphins pumping through our body. And I don't know anybody that's ever regretted a workout that they actually did. And so, I always say, give it 5. If you get into the workout and you are into whatever routine that you're doing, and after 5 minutes you're still really not feeling it, then it's an okay time to just step back and listen to your body and go from there. But if you are, you get into that 5-minute zone and your heart rate's going and you are feeling it, and you're going to have those endorphins pumping through your body, and then it's just going to make you feel good in the end. I always, on Sundays, I typically sleep in a little bit, and then we go to church, and then I come home and do my workout. And every Sunday I do it, and every Sunday I'm like, I need to get up and work out before we go to church. I need to get up and work out before I do anything else, because I know that when I get my workout in the morning, that's just what fuels me. That's what gets me going in the day. That give me energy for the long haul. And I just have a better day. I have a better mental attitude. I have more energy in the day, and I'm just a more positive person because I've been able to sweat out the negative or whatever. And it's just an easier time for me to get my workout in too, because I always feel like I'm doing it before my body wakes up. And so I'm just able to get the blood flowing and do things for myself in a positive way. And then the last thing, I guess the last thing was exercise, but the last thing I'm going to talk about is personal development. And it kind of goes into speaking kind words and listening to music, whatever, but personal development is something that I thought I didn't need. I thought that's for people who are really just kind of out there, but personal development I've found is one of the key points. There's in my business, a health and wellness coach, there are a lot of people that lose a lot of weight with our programs and with our products and our tools and stuff. A lot of people get amazing results in our accountability groups, but one of the things that really is the key factor is their mindset. And if they haven't changed their mindset, it doesn't matter how much weight they've lost. If their confidence has not built, if they've not changed the way they're thinking about themselves, if they've not changed the way they think about the world, or how they have improved their mindset in some sort of way to become more positive, and it's not going to stick. It's not going to stay. That's why people go up and down in roller coasters of health and fitness and weight loss and gain, is because they don't believe in themselves that they can do it, that they can maintain it. They hit this major high of losing all this weight, and then they're all excited about it, and then they start to slip into bad habits, and then pretty soon they're finding themselves in the valley again and feeling bad about themselves and gaining the weight back, and then they have to go back up the mountain, and it's so hard to climb the mountain when you were up there already, and that's just self-defeating to have to climb that mountain again. And so one of the things that has been so instrumental in this whole process, and one of the things that I work on so hard with the people that I work with in my accountability groups, is personal development. Getting a good book, whether it's an Audible or physically reading a good book. I try to make myself read an actual book once a month or every couple months, but a lot of times I listen to podcasts, a lot of times I listen to the books in Audible, but just making sure that I'm filling my mind and my soul and my heart with positivity and positive words and things like this that are going to help myself think better, my others around me, serving them to be more positive in their life. The more positive we can fill ourselves with and spread to other people, the better our lives are going to be. So if you are not getting moving, if you're not Sorry about that. If I'm not getting active, I'm not moving, and I'm not filling my mind with positivity and with personal development, whether it's this podcast, awesome, start here. Find others on Public House Media. Find others out there on the podcast world. Another one I love that I think you should definitely go follow is Quote of the Day. And Trish Blackwell is great for confidence. We have Brandon's show from Brendan Burchard. There's Robin Sharma's Mastery Sessions. You can find a podcast, not even just like a Netflix kind of thing, but like a podcast that is going to help support your brain and your heart and your emotions and just make you filled with positivity. And so that's what I encourage you to do today. Do any one of these things that I've mentioned today, and speaking kind words, getting in personal development, moving your body more, listening to music, spending less money, getting surrounded with nature, like I said, eating better, grounding yourself, and just positivity and just peace, and letting yourself feel the feels and know who you are and get to know who you are so that you can go forward and do good things in this world. I hope you have a wonderful day. It's time for me to go get ready for school. And if you like this, comment below, share it with somebody else, tag somebody that needs to hear it, share this podcast, leave a rating in iTunes for us so that we can be bumped up and more people will see and hear this message. I hope you have a fantastic day wherever you're listening to this, and have a good one, everyone.
Hey
Hey, I'm glad you enjoyed the show. Please follow Public House Media on Twitter at the PH Media and on Facebook at Public House Media to stay up to date on this podcast as well as many other things happening on the network. You can leave me feedback on my show, and if you have any questions, comments, or new ideas or topics, I would love to hear them. You can also follow me on my social media account, Choose to Rise Up, at Facebook, and at KJP Meyer on Instagram. I hope you have a great day.